Hello folks, hello flight simmers, welcome back to the channel and welcome to Istanbul International Airport. We are sitting here in the beautiful PMDG 777 Cargo with a very cool Turkish Cargo livery. And yes, we are on a flight across Europe over to Amsterdam to be specific. And yeah, good timing as this is actually us who is getting into the cockpit here, into the aircraft. Yeah, we're heading over to Amsterdam, flight time 2 hours and 49 minutes, doing some cargo ops in an airline which I have not had before, at least for cargo flights. So I thought this is a pretty cool setup to do so today. And just for you to be aware of, this is my second go on the recording. I did record the flight already. However, during the approach I noticed that the sound mappings are incorrect and that my recording software was not picking up the proper sim sounds, only engine sounds for whatever strange reason. I don't understand actually, but yeah, so now I'm actually recording this takeoff again, because I think the landing is kind of cool, also with VATSIM ATC guidance into Schiphol. So I didn't really want to let that go to waste. So yeah, now I'm recording the takeoff again. During the approach you will notice that the sounds are slightly off when we do the approach briefing and everything, but then I eventually figure out that there is an issue with the sound mapping, and so sounds are all back to normal as you are used to for the actual landing. So yeah, I think that's it's a good compromise to recover the good parts of this video, so you can already be looking forward to a nice ATC guided arrival into Amsterdam later on. But for now we are, yeah, as I've mentioned, sitting here in Istanbul. Cargo is being loaded, and let's have a quick look at our documents for today. So look at sim brief, flight time 2 hours 49, zero fuel weight 215.5, so we have around 70 tons of cargo on board. And you can see takeoff weight is crazy. It's still 100 tons below max takeoff weight, and this is actually with us carrying 70 tons of payload, which is just, the 777 just blows my mind every single time. But I've been mentioning this all over on every single 777 flight, so you guys know it by now. But yeah, it's crazy. Alternate is Paris Charles de Gaulle, and I have packed some extra fuel, 30 minutes of extra fuel. Reason is the weather over in Amsterdam, which is a little bit mixed. So later on during the arrival, there's showers and rain, there's scattered clouds, cumulonimbus clouds, so building thunderstorms. Then also later on there's gusting winds, low visibility, heavy showers and rain, thunderstorms and rain, all that good stuff. That's why I've packed a bit of an extra fuel, just to be able to do maybe one more approach in case we need to. Yeah, so that's that on the flight plan. Takeoff at block fuel is 34.3 tons, and then let's have a quick look at Navigraph as well. So we will be departing Istanbul out towards the north. We are currently sitting, where's my aircraft? There it is. On the cargo ramp, so it will be very easy taxi just straight down on Bravo, and then we will depart 3-5 left most likely. And then, yeah, into, what is that, Bulgaria, I believe. Pretty much just across Europe, passing Prague. And, yeah, across Germany into Amsterdam. Pretty straightforward in terms of routing. But yeah, I can promise you that the arrival later on is kind of cool with some bad weather going on, and also some ATC. You guys can look forward to that, but for now let's focus on the departure, so let's get to it. Right, here we are in the flight deck. First things first, ADIRUs coming on, emergency light armed, so the overhead panel is configured to our liking. And then let's actually go ahead and load up very quickly. So fuel 34.3. It's coming in here, and payloads, we have a zero fuel weight of 215.5. Load level almost 70%, so yeah, quite a bit. quite a bit actually. Alright. Yeah, now I quickly need to do the D-Link, then we can set up the FMC and everything. It will only be a second. Right, so let's set up the box together. GPS position coming in here. Route. So we can go ahead and request the route, which is stored in the respective folder like that. We're operating Turkish 6323. Yeah, quite interesting. Turkish seems to be using the same call sign for passenger and cargo ops, which is not very common. I believe most of the airlines, I assume, have different call signs for their cargo carriers. But yeah, apparently not so for Turkish. Okay, so that's the route loading in. There it is. Okay, cool. Right, then departure. We said it's gonna be 35 left, and this will be the Tutbu for a Delta, which we can see right here. Sorry, right here. So climbing out 355 to this waypoint, max 240, 1750. This is 5 miles, so we will be easily above that altitude. And then just following along to Tutbu, crossing into Bulgaria. So it's a fairly straightforward departure. Transition altitude 12,000 and initial clearance 5,000. But yeah, since we don't have ATC at the moment, this is rather irrelevant. Okay, so let's go. Activate performance, 0 fuel weight. Or actually, let's accept that first. Yeah, that's good. Alternate, so final reserve plus alternate is 8.6. We have a planned optimum flight level of 340. That's probably due to some headwinds up there. Cost LX80 I've calculated for. So, and yeah, step size I'm actually gonna put to 0. It's a short flight, so we can manage step climbs on our own in case we feel like it's needed. Right, legs, route data, load the wind data. So 15 tons on arrival, that's plenty really. Execute, then we said transition is gonna be 12,000 like that, and we just need to do some takeoff calculations. Let's set up this. So yeah, let's go cruise level 340 and initial heading 355. So coming over to the EFB performance, copy FMC data, conditions dry. Now we need to fetch some local weather data. Let's do this with active sky. For Istanbul, and that's gonna be 05022. Holy cow, that's quite windy. 27, 1011. Takeoff, let's try takeoff 2. Optimum, PEX auto, anti-ice auto. Calculate. Center of gravity, always forget to enter it really. Let's see what we have. 26.3. Okay. So that's a D rate 2. Select temperature 40. .9, takeoff flap 5, and speeds will be 150, 55, 57. 150, 55, 57. So 157 coming in here. Sweet, very cool. So, oh, sorry, I keep hitting the wrong buttons all the time. So that's actually going to be 14 knots headwind, 17 knots crosswind. Holy cow. Yeah, so that's going to be an interesting departure. That's going to be quite a stiff crosswind from the right hand side. Let's see how this takeoff roll works out. This might be quite interesting to handle. Yeah, okay. Cool. I believe boarding completed. What a perfect timing. That was spot on, really. So we can get ready and we can get going. Doors close all. This is coming to 1000. Transponder. Arm. And now we're just waiting for the APU to come alive, and then we should be good to go. In the meantime, we can do the pre-flight checklist. So oxygen, yeah, we can call the tested 100% on both sides. Flight instruments, 264, 264, 264, and altimeter's 1011, 1011, 1011. That's checked. Parking brake is coming on. Pre-flight checklist completed. And I know, actually, let's look at the electric page. Now we need to wait for the APU to turn green, and then we can disconnect the external power. There it is. Perfect. Like that. Okay, right hydraulic pump, fuel pumps, beacon, seat belts for maybe we have 1 or 2 passengers in here, never know. Packs are coming on all the remaining hydraulic pumps. And then we will ask for a pushback. Okay, before start checklist, MCP is set V2 157, heading 355, altitude 340, takeoff speeds 150, 55, 57. CDU preflight is completed. Trim, I haven't set the trim 5.0. So trim is set 5 units up, and rudder and aileron trim is neutral. Taxi and takeoff briefing, yes, we have completed. Easy.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback. Release parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Alright, we are moving. Very good stuff. So we can proceed with the engine start. Let's pull up the engine page and let's do the start. Yeah, flying the 777, very simple stuff. Starting engine number 1, auto start, and now we just need to monitor the instruments. So N2 is rising, then we're looking for oil pressure, which is rising as well. And then next we're actually looking for ignition, which is the exhaust gas temperature starting to rise. Which is just about now. And that's the starter cutout, and we have a good engine start. Let's do the same procedure on number 2, but this time we will actually listen in to those engines starting up.
Set parking brakes.
Cockpit to ground.
Okay,
We
parking
have a good
brakes
engine
set,
start.
and we have
You can
2 good engine starts.
Unlocking gear.
Very good stuff. So APU master 2 off. Yeah, APU bleed air, we don't need to configure anything. Then this comes to RTO, we have a flap 5 departure, trim is set already, we can run some flight control checks.
Left is clear, right is
Full
clear.
left, full right, full up, full down, and the rudder full left and full right. Nice. After start checklist. Sorry, before taxi checklist it's called. Anti-eye is not required. Recall. Yeah, that's something we should do. Just TCAS. Let's we can put a TA. Not quite sure what's typically used here in Istanbul. ORBX set flight control check. Ground equipment is clear, and then we can also complete the before takeoff checklist, which is just flaps 5, which is set, so that's completed as well. Right, okay, Marshall is leaving the scene. He has been standing on the wrong side for whatever reason. So we will turn on the taxi and turn off lights. And yeah, as discussed, just straight ahead, left turn and off on 3.5 left. As simple as that. Right, so short taxi as promised. Let's go TARA. And I can already feel the crosswind during the taxi. I think that's going to be interesting for the takeoff. And let's assume we are cleared for takeoff. So all the lights are coming on. Then we do a final left-hand turn, IG2. Maybe still going a little bit fast in a heavy aircraft. Going 10 knots, I believe that's probably the maximum turning speed. Shouldn't go any faster than that. Right, let's do it. Checklists are completed, everything is set, transponders TARA lights are set, so we are good to rock and roll. So let's move. So let's see how this crosswind is playing out. 50% takeoff. Oh, nice engine sound. I always love that. Takeoff thrust is set. 80 knots. Oh, that's a quick acceleration. That's gonna be a short takeoff run. Oh, okay. Wind is actually straight on the nose. It's not really much of a crosswind. I can feel it a little bit though on the pedals. Not much. V1 and go. Wow, that was quick. Come on, get airborne. There we are. I was afraid. Gears coming up. Very good. Okay, so up here the crosswind is a bit stronger, and that's why I'm drifting off path here a little bit. Let's correct for that. And let's climb power. Yeah, crazy climb rates. 777 is so good on this initial climb. A lot of lift, a lot of power. Very cool. Flaps 1, speed check, flaps 1. And so unfortunately this is not not a super exciting departure to hand fly. Although conditions are just beautiful for that. Flaps up, speed check, flaps up. Nice. Okay, left-hand turn coming up. Following the flight director. Let's take care of some lights in the meantime. It's already 5,000 feet. Crazy stuff. Okay, let's switch on the autopilot. And so we can complete the after takeoff checklist, which is all green. So that's completed. Transition was 12,000, still 4,000 to go to 10,000. Yeah, pretty easy. Pretty easy, but also very cool. That was a fun departure. Ooh, we have some weather ahead. Yeah, I expect typically we could get something direct to from the controllers, which also helps out a little bit with weather. So let's actually do that. Direct to yeah, that should keep us clear of the worst of it, although it's nothing crazy. Bit of towering clouds, which we should circumnavigate if we can, but nothing we can't handle here. Alright guys, that's that for the departure already. Thank you so much for joining me, and as I've mentioned, a little bit of a sound issue for the first part of the arrival, but then I actually got it fixed. So I hope you enjoy the approach into Amsterdam. Hello everyone and welcome back. I hope you have enjoyed the cruise over continental Europe, and now we are approaching Amsterdam, and as you can see there is indeed some thunderstorms around. Lots of red on the weather radar close to the airport, so this might be a little bit interesting. Looks like the airport is just outside of the thunderstorm area, but let's see. I think once we're on final we can have a better look at the radar and see how it looks like. And speaking of final, let's have a look at the charts, or maybe let's start with the ATIS. Yeah, we have an ATIS, so Amsterdam Tower is online right now, so that's very good for us. And main landing runways 18 right, which we will take for our approach today. Then there's just yeah, a bunch of clouds in the area, but that's not surprising. And look at this, wow, it's busy. Okay, those are all heading out, those are heading in, so quite a lot of traffic in and out of Amsterdam today. Let's look at the charts. Maybe let's start with the arrival. So we are flying the Norku to Alpha. From Norku I have now the direct RTIP. As you can see at RTIP we have some constraints, and then after RTIP all the arrivals first lead to Schiphol VOR, Sierra Papa Lima, the famous one. So RTIP direct Schiphol, but we're not going to fly this, so from RTIP we will go direct maybe Pevos, just to make it nice and short for us. And then we will be flying into 18 right, Cat 1 ILS approach 187, that should be fine with the current conditions. And then the go around is off to the right, away from the airfield, away from all the other traffic, with a maximum 220 knots, mandatory 2000. So we will dial to 2000 in the go around altitude. Right, other than this, yeah, it's a normal ILS approach into 118 right. After this, it's gonna be quite a bit of taxi. It's kind of a hate-love relationship to this runway. It's so far out. I hate the taxi spec there, but it's also kind of cool. So then we will probably take Victor, Zulu, and then towards the south cargo apron. So a huge taxi. But yeah, that's the plan. So let's see how this all goes. Yeah, so after our tip, we will head to which one do we need? I want, yeah, it's basically Pevos. Everything else is inconvenient. So let's go Pevos in here. Execute. Yeah, into Pevos, left-hand turn on the final. And if there's any traffic which we need to circumnavigate, then we can still go on vectors. No problem with that. Right, then I've done some landing calculations. I've dialed conditions good instead of dry because runway might be wet with all the weather around. Currently 13 knots, so VREF on top is 7 knots. So rounding this one up to 14 and then basically half of it. That's what we typically do for winds above 10 knots. Yeah, landing weight we have fairly light. We've discussed it earlier already, the weights for today. Flaps 30 to take a nice and slow auto brake 2, then we will just go idle reverse. I don't think we need any more reverse than that. So yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan. Now only weather is interesting, and judging from the wind direction, maybe these clouds are actually pushing towards the airport. So yeah, it might be very interesting to have a look at the weather radar once we are aligned on final approach. Yeah, I'm a bit afraid that this weather system is pushing towards the airport now. Let's see if we can squeeze in before that. So there's one traffic in front of us going pretty close now. Let's see, maybe we want to slow down a bit further. Passing flight level 100 now, so let's do the landing lights. Right, and yeah, now we just need to get closer to the airport and get in contact with the tower controller, and then hopefully it will be a nice arrival. Okay folks, we're getting close to the final. Let's go local 1007. Also I've slowed down a little bit. Let's go flaps 1 so we get a bit more separation to the guy in front of us.
KLM 573, taxi.
And also I've extended our approach a little bit down to deep row, and now we can take a left-hand swing pretty soon. And we have 13 miles to go, so I think it's enough separation to the guy in front of us. We'll take it nice and slow from here.
Established ILS 18 right.
KLM 1142, runway 18 right, cleared to land, wind 230 degrees, 15
yeah, that's the guy in front of us, not another KLM, but unsurprisingly a KLM. Okay, let's go flaps 5, then we can go even a bit slower. Let's go speed 190.
So 326 been trying to call you. For now, line up and wait, no wait, 18 left.
Okay, let's do the lights now. It's a bit early, but flying without a co-pilot, it doesn't hurt to do stuff a little bit early. And for now we are clear of weather. However, this is, I think that's P3D logic really. I think in Microsoft Flight Sim we would be having dark clouds all around us now. It's getting bumpy. Some turbulence. Let's go localizer. Oh, that's captured straight away. Okay. So we don't need to descend like that. Vertical speed 500. Overshot the localizer there a little bit. Let's go approach mode. Oh, I haven't completed the checklists. Descent check is recall checked, notes checked, outbreak set to position 3, landing data. VREF 140 plus 7, so it's 147. Minimums are set 187 barrow, and approach briefing is completed. Approach checklist altimeters are set 1007 for local, and then next up is the landing checklist, of course. Speed brakes, we can arm. $2,000 is set for the go around altitude already. We have 9 miles to go, so let's call. Schiphol Tower, hello, Turkish 6323 Heavy is on a 9-mile final, 18 right.
Turkish 6323, hello, continue approach number 2.
Continue approach number 2, Turkish 6323. Right, we are visual, that's nice. Weather seems to be okay-ish for now.
Air Serbia 165, quite a bit out of your direction of travel requires an odd flight level. Would you like flight level 350 or 370?
Yeah, so I think the go-around track is pretty convenient for us today, since we don't want to head straight into the weather.
Stand by for clearance.
Okay, 2000 set glide slope, let's go flap 15. Bring the speed back a bit more.
326, runway 18 left, cleared for takeoff, the wind 230 degrees, 15 knots, final close.
And then let's go here. Gear down.
Air Serbia 165, clear destination.
I think I just saw lightning back into that direction.
24. Initial climb, flight level 60.
Okay, 147 descent.
0170.
It's hard to slow down this aircraft. 25 flaps. Full landing checklist should be completed any second.
Air Serbia 165, just confirm initial climb, flight level 60, standard pressure.
Yeah, he is vacated. Okay, landing checklist all green.
Air Serbia 165, read back correct, approximately ready.
My aircraft.
Turkish 6323, proceeding to traffic is vacating, runway 18 right, clear to land, wind 230 degrees, 15 knots.
Clear to land, Turkish 6323.
KLM 1142,
nice,
welcome
okay.
south. Not showing a gate. Awesome, you can taxi to gate Delta 25 via the north.
Okay, so crosswind from the right.
Cross runway 18 center.
Weather straight ahead, but not affecting us on the final right now.
Whiskey 3, cross runway 18 center, KLM 1142.
Hopefully FPS remain okay-ish. 2 reds, 2 whites, right on profile, looking good. Let's keep it on profile. Okay, so aim is to bring the right main gear down first. Do the proper degrabbing, of course. Let's see how this works out.
Approaching minimums.
Three reds, but it's okay. Continue.
100.
Keep it descending.
50. 40, 30, 20, 10.
Degrabbing and come on. Touchdown.
KLM 573, runway 24,
reverse.
takeoff, the wind 230 degrees, 15 knots, that's a good afternoon.
I think something was strange with the speed that dropped 20-30 knots right on touchdown. That was a bit odd. But okay, we've made it. Idle forward, manual braking. Cool. Welcome to Amsterdam, ladies and gentlemen. Let's vacate.
Schiphol Tower, goedemiddag. Transavia 5.7
And then we probably get a huge taxi instruction.
Alpha, request divergence to Creta.
Transavia 5723, goedemiddag, cleared to great. Clear to Heraklion. Arnhem 3 Sierra departure, runway 24. Initial climb flight level
Okay, let's do flaps up.
Squawk 0154.
Clear to Heraklion bij de Arnhem 3 Sierra departure. National climb 6 Sierra squawk is 0154. With Transavia 5723.
Transavia 5723, read back correct, report fully ready.
Okay.
Turkish 6323, welcome to Amsterdam, taxi gate Golf 7 at Whiskey 13, cross runway 18 center.
Taxi to stand Golf 7 at Whiskey 13, cross 18 center, Turkish 6323. Oh, I'm just noticing, did he give us a... Where's Golf's? That is stand. Oh, now I need to check. Don't know the airport so well. Turkish 6323. Can we actually get a stand on the south cargo apron, please?
Turkish 6323, roger. In that case, you can taxi stand Sierra 72 via Quebec at Whiskey 13, cross runway 18 center, at Sierra 2, hold short runway 24.
Okay, stand Sierra 72 via Quebec, via Whiskey 13, cross 18 center, and at Sierra 2, hold short runway 24, Turkish 6323.
Correct.
Okay. Okay, let's see. We are on Victor. We taxi straight ahead for now. So Victor straight ahead. We cross Victor 13. Then we continue taxi all the way down here, and then Sierra 2 we need to hold short runway 24. Right. That's gonna take a bit of time, guys. I'm not gonna bore you to death. I will meet you back once we are a bit closer to our stand.
Airstrip 165, information on. Turkish 6323 at Sierra 2, cross runway 24.
At Sierra 2, cross runway 24, Turkish 6323. Okay guys, now we have almost made it. Very, very long taxi, but also cool. It's a nice scenery, it's kind of nice to check it out and have other traffic around. And this is going to be our stand here towards the right, so that's the first one on this cargo apron.
Airstrip 165, contact Amsterdam 125.750.
Set the lights and swing in Martin Air Cargo, very cool. I don't think we've ever done a Martin Air Cargo flight, did we? I think they're still operating the 747 fleet, which is very cool.
Transavia 5723, taxi on point Sierra 7, runway 24.
Okay, let's see.
724, Transavia 5723.
Stop. Oh yeah, perfect GSX config, nice. Okay, park brake, APU should be running. Double check, of course. Yes, that's good. So, killing the engines, 2000 stand by. And then with the fuel pumps,
KLM
those go off.
126 have a little problem with this push wave, don't focus on that.
Beacon.
KLM 1266, roger.
Oh, strobes. Ah, that was because I crossed the runway earlier there. Okay, strobes are off, of course, and then let's do the shutdown checklist, which is completed, and then we will ask for deboarding.
The boarding requested.
And that's completing the flight. Very cool. Alright, here we are, guys. So, welcome to Amsterdam. I did just notice there was, I think, some aircraft sounds were mapped to the wrong output. I just discovered it now. I noticed that during cruise I didn't really hear the engine sounds. I hope sounds for you guys were not corrupted at all. I will only see that when I'm editing the video, of course. But yeah, so here we are. Landing rate was 233 feet per minute.
1266 ready for push.
It's very loud.
Ready
Let's
for
do a
taxi,
quick,
sorry.
1266, start.
Yeah, what was I talking about? Right, landing rate. So 233 feet per minute. It's okay with these conditions, I think. Not too bad. Yeah, once again, something was wrong with the speeds. I think it dropped quite a bit just at touchdown. So I will need to rewatch the video, see what happened there. But other than that, I think from technique perspective it was okay. And yeah, that was fun flying the 777 again, especially on a short route across Europe. Very, very cool. And now we can enjoy this departing, what is it, Transavia I think it is. And then this will complete our full flight video. And thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching, and for all the support you continuously give me. I really appreciate that. And so hopefully I will see you over on the next video as well. Take care everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.